Hello and welcome to another racket review. Today I will be reviewing the new Tecnifibre TF40 305 18x20 and the 315 16x19. So in this review I will do a individual review of both the 305 and the 315, and I will do a side-by-side comparison of the two rackets towards the end, so if you want to move to that part you can always skip the first. But before you skip and before we start the review, I would just like to mention and give an extra thanks to Tennis Warehouse Europe for providing me these demo rackets to test. And if you guys want to try them out for yourself, you can always demo them through their website. And for a 10% discount at Tennis Warehouse Europe, you can use the code in the description or on the screen. And as always, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel if you don't want to miss anything that I upload and never want to miss another review from me. So first we're going to take a look at the specs, as you can see here on the screen. They're very similar in spec wise because they are the same racket line, just two different variations. So the 305 of course has a unstrung weight of 305 grams and the 315 315 grams. And then they have different balances to make up for the weight and to make them stable, and same goes with the swing weight. And then of course they have different string patterns, but the beam width and the stiffness is same on both. So both these rackets, 305 and 315, comes in a 16x19 and a 18x20 string pattern. It's just that I received these two rackets, but there are more variations of them, so you can check for yourself on their website. So I think we start off with the 305 18x20. So as for most cases, I enjoy playing with this racket despite some minor issues of my own. This frame is a control-orientated frame for a more advanced type of player. We can tell by the specs that the spin and power possibilities are definitely limited. Therefore, it is more of a classic / player's racket in my opinion. One thing that stood out when playing was the amount of dampening. Since these rackets are foam filled, they will naturally have a bigger dampening capacity than other rackets. So this made the urge for a dampener slightly less, and I actually forgot mine at times, which I never do. So I only really use the dampener to get rid of the ping sound, not for the dampening itself. So what I really loved with this frame was the amount of control, while still at the same time not being too controlled, like a Vico Pro or a Prestige. So despite having an 18x20 string pattern, I could still get some decent spin, and I can still get the ball to dip inside the lines. Although I would like a bit more, I still reckon it was definitely enough. But another big feature with a dense string pattern like this is the amount of precision. So I really felt connected to the racket and I was comfortable going for the line, so the margin of error became a little bit smaller. I could go for my targets without feeling like it's 50-50. I can really go for it. So I liked most of all there is to this frame. The biggest downside for me, and this is personal, I don't like the grip shape of Tecnifibre rackets. The shape is more of a rectangular shape, so the different bevels aren't the same size as I'm used to and I have learned to enjoy playing with. So I got a bit uncomfortable while playing my one-handed backhand, and I almost felt like the racket was going to twist in the middle of the impact if I didn't hit it very clean, and this almost made me tense up in the arm a bit, which wasn't good for the stroke itself. So the 315 16x19. As for the 305, this is too targeted to a more advanced player that can generate some power of their own. It is definitely easier to use than the 305, so it could suit someone of an intermediate level as well. So we can take everything that I just said about the 305 18x20 model and just change it slightly. So instead of a 18x20, we have a 16 by 19 pattern. This will enable a higher launch angle over the net, more pocketing, more access to spin and power, and slightly less directional control, that meaning precision. Control is still the main focus of this racket. It's just a little bit more forgiving while not causing any harm to the other characteristics. So when we take both of these rackets side by side, there isn't much to set them apart. They belong to the same racket line as mentioned, so it would be odd if they weren't extremely similar. The biggest differences, I would say, is the swing weight and of course the string pattern. The pattern I've spoken about already, 18 by 20 is more controlled and 16 by 19 is more forgiving. The difference in swing weight often translates into the difference in maneuverability. The 305 18 by 20 has a higher swing weight, but because of the lower static weight, this results in a stable but not too heavy racket. And the same goes with the 315 16 by 19, but the other way around. It has a lower swing weight, but a higher weight, which makes a balance similar to the other one. So that will actually be all for this review. I hope I didn't forget anything. If you have any questions, please ask me in the comments and I will try to answer you as fast as possible. And don't forget to subscribe again. I would really appreciate if you did. I see a lot of people watch the videos but don't subscribe, and it would be nice if the balance got a little bit more even. So don't forget to check out my Instagram if you never want to miss when I post. And that will be all for this review. I hope you have a great day. Bye.